You're listening to Geordie Pride, Voices from the Northeast. I'm Hayley, and alongside my cousin Angela, we're thrilled to bring you the stories that share the heart and soul of the northeast of England. Each episode, we'll dive into the lives of extraordinary Geordies and those who call the northeast home, exploring their journeys and celebrating their achievements. From the town to the tease, from the arts to the sports fields, we're here to share the tales of passion, resilience, and of course, Geordie Pride. So whether you're from Whitley Bay or Washington, Gateshead or Gisborough, or you're just fascinated by the spirit of the Northeast, join us as we natter with the best the Northeast has to offer. Everybody, welcome to season 2 of Geordie Pride. We're back, we're eventually back. We had season 1 last year, and my intention fully was to do season 2 quite quickly after that. But as me and Angela are going to chat to you now about, we had quite a few things going on in our lives. We've got a bit sidetracked. So it's been a year since we done our last season. So we're here ready to start season 2. Really excited about all the guests. We'll talk about them a little bit later on about who we're going to be seeing in season 2. But yeah, let's have a little chat and an update. Angela, what have you been up to over the past year?
Dear me, so much to mention, Hayley.
No, we're going to have to condense a year.
Oh, I don't even know where to start. I think the last time we did season 1, I was living back in a different place. So
I remember, you're very
posh Morpeth. So I'm now living in Newcastle. I moved house. I moved in with my partner, and I thought the best way, because obviously he lived in Stanley and I lived in Morpeth, and the best way forward for us two was to meet in the middle. So we ended up in Newcastle. So I've got a nice house here now. So it's nice and sunny here in Newcastle. Nice weather.
It's been lovely today, hasn't it? It's been so nice. I've got the blinds up and everything. Oh my goodness. Blinds up at 7 o'clock at night. It's amazing.
I know. No. But my theory though with weather is, because I'm dead into
Michael Fish.
Conspiracy theories, is that with the weather being nice, it's because all of everything else has gone up in price. And when did we have a lovely weather period? During COVID. So I think with all the little weathery people up there, or whoever they are, I think, let's give them some nice weather. They've got someone about.
So are you saying when things are shit, where weather gets nice?
Of course it does. Have you not noticed that?
It just feels like the weather's shit all the time.
Until something bad happens and they think, oh, do you know what? Let's get those weather in the sky. Mm-hmm. Change the weather. But I like conspiracy theories, like flat Earth.
Oh, are you talking about, is it seeding or something? Where they do, is that?
I don't know what it's called, but it's like they can change like the clouds and all of that.
I think it is that, yeah. I think I've read something about that.
Yeah, but I love conspiracy theories.
Yeah, me too. I listen to a few podcasts about conspiracy theories. I enjoy it.
Oh yeah, flat Earth and all of that. They think I'm mad, but yeah, never mind.
Oh God, no, Angela, I'm not a flat earther. Come on, that's taking it a bit far.
Anyway,
level.
Swiftly move on, because there'll be people going, what are you talking about?
We'll get some hate mail.
We will. Anyway, so yeah, I moved house back in August, so I'm in this nice place now. And then I moved from a toxic job. I don't mind saying, because I'm not bothered. So yeah, I had a bit of a toxic job, so I was like, let's shift that, park that, let's get rid of that. And then I decided, even though I've been a therapist, a complementary therapist for 23 years now, I thought I'm going to go it alone and be self-employed. So scary, but I did it. I'm doing it. I'm continuously saying to myself, I did a thing today. So it's all
proud.
I'm very proud of myself. Not many people say to me that you're that proud of it, but I am proud of myself because I've come a long way.
I'm very proud of you, Angela. If no one tells you, I am, because it's, I suppose, for people who haven't done it before, it probably seems like just a swift decision you make and you just do it. But for someone who has done it, myself, it is really bloody scary and it's hard and it's such a difficult step to make. No, I think you've done amazing. And it's, I think every day I've not, because how long have I been self-employed now? Like 8 years, and it's every day is a learning curve. And it doesn't, like, some days are great, some days are really hard, but
Massive.
we'll never go back. Getting out of a toxic workplace is the best thing you can ever do.
So
you've done
without
great.
a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'm much happier, even though I stress myself to death thinking, oh, have I got enough clients coming in? Am I doing a good job? But it always seems to kind of roll. So I must be doing something right. What's the saying again? You always do something. I can't remember what the saying is. Anywho, but make sure when you're doing something and it's not what. Oh, I can't remember. Can't remember now. Anywho,
Is it not just something like, you know, if you do something you love, it always works out, or something like that? Is that?
You never work a day in your life, or something like that. Let's see it.
Okay, yeah. You never work a day of your life if you do something you love.
That's
Like,
it.
yeah.
We got there in the end. So no, I made the leap and I thought, do you know what, this is scary, but it's probably the best thing I've ever done. And I should have done it a long time ago. Because, I was
I
in
think
a
everyone says that though. It's like everyone that's done it goes, "Why didn't I do it sooner?" And I'm a firm believer where you get one life, don't you? And you've got to, like, if you're spending a lot of it stressed to hell, crying, angry with situations, it's like you don't want that, do you? You get so it's such a big part of your life, your work and your career. It's like, as much as we don't sometimes like it to be, but it is a big part. You spend a lot of hours of your week doing what you need to do to earn money and put food on the table. And if it makes you unhappy, nah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I was doing it for other people and they were reaping the benefits. And I thought, you know what, I'm daft. Why don't I just do it myself? And I've never looked back. Yes, it's stressful sometimes because it's making sure I'm doing a good job for the clients that come in. I've got some lush people as well, just some really nice clients, and they keep coming back. So I must know what I'm doing.
Magic hands, Angela. Magic hands.
I know. And my jacked thumbs are huge for doing sports massage.
Does that what? Are they muscly? You've got
Oh
muscly
yeah, look,
thumbs.
like that huge.
Oh,
But
that's amazing.
not so bad today. Not so bad
Muscly
today because
thumbs.
I know, haven't massaged much. I haven't massaged the day. I've had a day off today, admin. So I've literally just gone and done it, and I'm doing great, I think, and I'm dead proud of myself, I have to say. And
Should be. You should be.
yeah,
So where is it?
so it's in with a place called. I'm in a therapy centre, so I hire a room there, and it's called Urban Angel. That's the therapy centre. And it's based in Brunton Park. There's a few little shops there in Gosforth, and it's literally 5 minutes from where I live, which is perfect. And I've got a lovely room there. It's all kitted out, and they're well pampered for my clients. They have a heated bed. They've got weighted blankets.
I've
All
seen
the
all these things.
oils.
Oh, yes. If you follow Angela on Instagram, so what's your Instagram handle?
It's Angela's Massage Therapies on
Yeah,
Instagram, and it's on Facebook. It's Angela's Massage Therapy on
yeah.
Facebook. So it's canny. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and I think if you follow Angela, she does loads of great videos. Like, just you show them around the place, because I think that's part of the thing. Like, I'm a bit like this. If there's anything new, if I need to go to a new, like, kids class or like an appointment or anything like that, I always get a bit anxious about just going somewhere different for the first time. So, like, you've done little videos about like where to go and what it looks like, and then what some of the treatments are and what you do and stuff. And I think that's really good. So yeah, follow Angela on socials, and you can learn about all that she does.
Oh yes, and
Yeah.
reflexology and Hobie candles, facials with Neil's Yard products, full body massage, sports massage, deep tissue, crystal therapy, Reiki. I think that's it. Oh, acupuncture, ear seeds if you don't like needles because it acts the same way. So yeah,
Multi-talented.
But if you lived here, Hayley, you would have getting it all the time. But you see, you're living
know.
over in Leeds, man.
I know, it's shit, isn't it? It's like, and to be honest, if I think you would have done wonders to me over the past few years. I don't know if we've even brought this up. I can't remember on the last one we've done where it was just us talking whether I brought it up. But so I've had a lot of health problems over the past 5 years or so. Me being me, I catch everything. I had swine flu when swine flu was a thing. Can you remember that? Yeah, exactly. So anything that's going, I get it. I've got a really crap immune system. And so I got COVID very early on in the pandemic, like January, February time before lockdown. So I had a lot of health issues over the past 5 years related to that. And if I had been at home, I'm pretty sure I would have been seeing you constantly and just getting you to fix my aches and my pains and
Making you nice blends and stuff like that.
you'd be looking after us. But
I would. But you're living all them miles away. I'll have
and your arms aren't that long.
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Oh, you know what? We popped up home a couple of, I can't remember when it was. Was it last weekend or the weekend after? But it was like for the Newcastle United bus parade. We popped up home to see that because I wanted to take my dad, and my husband took his dad, and we thought that's lovely to create memories with them. And we just missed it so much. And then we'll go through this thing every time. We'll go for a couple of days back home, and then for about a week or two, we're both sending each other links to houses. Oh, look at this house in Alnwick, look at this house in Morpeth, look at this house here. Oh. And then we'll go, oh, shall we move back? And we're like, yeah, let's do it. And then a couple of weeks later, we're like, oh, no, we can't. It's not the right time. We can't. Oh. And then we'll go through the whole cycle again. Next time we'll go home, and it just really winds us up. I'm just like, oh, my God. Because we do want to go back home. We do.
Yeah.
And I can't think of anywhere better to live than the Northeast. I'm a massive fan of it. And if it was just me and Pete, I'd be there in a shot. But it's because of the girls, and we've had so many things. Like, yeah, it's because when we first, so we've been here, like today is our 10-year anniversary of being in this house. And there's been, like, I can measure the periods of time that, so we'd been here 2.5 years, and I'd left the job that I came down for in the first place because it was shit. Very similar to you. Horrible place. Oh, horrible. It just makes us feel sick thinking about it. Yeah. At that point, we thought, should we move home? But then financially, I was like, how are we going to do this? Because obviously, like, I didn't have a job. I was trying to get self-employed. So financially, we didn't do it. So there was like a period, that was 2018. So there's a couple of years of me trying to get on my feet. And then, of course, what bloody happened? COVID. So then we didn't really do anything during COVID because no one could bloody go out anywhere, never mind buy a bloody house. And then, like, we've had just like 5 years of like my health and ups and downs of just general life, and just not being able to find a time that's been good to make the move. And now I've got a teenager and a baby, and then it's which is the right time, because you don't want to try to think of Annabelle, who's the teenager, like about moving home before doing GCSEs. Like, it's so it's like I feel like I've got very small finite windows of time to do it if I'm going to do it, but then just the thought of doing it is quite stressful with all of that. So, who knows?
I think one of those ideas though, it's if you send each other links and you're not doing it, obviously it's just not the time for you. I think something will just click and you'll go, right, now's the time. I don't think it's the right time for you at the minute if you're indecisive.
I think so, and I've always said that at Pete. I said it's because one of the phrases that I use because I'm into me decluttering and everything, which is why I like getting rid of things that are toxic, like the crappy jobs and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not just decluttering cupboards, decluttering everything that's shit out your life. But one of my phrases with that is that if it's not a definite yes, it's a no. Yeah. So I do think that, and we've always said that we'll only move back if it's the right time and the right place. Like, it's got to be, like, I would want the move to be like your house of dreams, like, and it has to be the house that I think I can see we're growing old in, like that type of forever home. Because we've never really had that, because when we bought this house, it's a lovely house, but it was never the home that I fell in love with, because we were just trying to find somewhere, because we needed to just find a base and settle. And because I got this job and we're moving down, we rented for a couple of months, and then we got this and we rushed through it. And then I don't feel like I've ever had my forever home. So we've always said, when we go back, whenever that will be, because we will go back, it has to be the right house, the right location, in the house that'll be a wow factor. And it's just, whether it'll be next year, this year, 10 years down the line, who knows.
But think of it this way, the people who are in your forever house are probably still there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you'll have to wait for them to move on for you to move in.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the right time.
It's like a little cycle, isn't it? And you've got to be ready for whoever is in there to be ready to move on and pass the torch on to us. And
something will just click, man, and it'll just happen.
It will. Just made it a bit harder having a baby, but
tell us a bit more about that and why we haven't seen you for a little while.
Yes. So last year, I'm not shy. I talk about this publicly. Me and Pete had a few troubles having kids. So we had Annabelle in 2012, and we had Poppy in 2014. All lovely. And then we moved down here in 2015. And then around about 2017, 2018 time, we're like, oh, fancy another kid, because we've always said from meeting that we'd have 3 children, and that we'd always thought that we'd have 2 close together, and then a bit of a gap, and then another one. And I don't know why, but that was the conversation we had, and we've always believed that. So we wanted the gap originally to maybe be about 4-5 years, something like that. That was around about 2019-ish, 2018. And I thought that would be a nice kind of time. So we started to think about having babies then. And then again, because of the things that I just mentioned, that I left my job and being self-employed and stuff, it just kept getting put on the back burner. And then I fell pregnant December 2019. And then I caught COVID in January 2020. And then it just that's when everything just went wrong for us. And I lost the baby February 2020. And then we went into lockdown and everything. So it was just like that. Yeah, it was just awful. Yeah, I had my first miscarriage in 2020. And then I think at that point I was like, oh, maybe it's just not going to happen. Maybe I'm just, because I wasn't, how old was I? I was 36 at the time. So it's not like I was old. So I just thought maybe that it was just going to be a bit harder. I would left a long enough gap that it was going to be more difficult for her. And so we just kind of left it for a little bit. We didn't actively try. We just thought, well, if it happens, it happens. And then I fell pregnant again. It was summer 2022. And then unfortunately, again, I had another miscarriage. And I think it was at that point where we thought, nah, I just don't think this is going to happen. And I think we had emotionally switched off from having kids at that point. We were just like, because it's not anyone who's went through miscarriage, it's a horrible experience, and for both the mother and the father. And I think, like, Pete never wanted me to go through it again. He was very much, I don't want you to have to go through another miscarriage. You've been through enough. I still had ongoing health issues with long COVID. And so I think emotionally we had switched off. We had started to have the conversation, should we just stop trying? And then I fell pregnant. And then yay. and then it was so last year when we were recording the podcast. So there's an interview that we've got that is going to be the first episode. So it's going to be released the same day as this one that we did with Anthony Hutton. Who is the winner from Big Brother, and I think it was 2005. So 20 years ago he won Big Brother, and he was from a local lad from the northeast. And so we done that interview with Anthony, and it was great. We had a right laugh, and I hope you enjoy the episode. It was a really good one. And little did I know when we were recording that, though, I was very early doors pregnant. I remember not feeling too well. So you'll see, oh no, I don't think No, not on the video. I wasn't drinking me wine.
I hope not.
Like it's unusual, isn't it? I've usually got a glass of wine in my hand, but I don't think I did that time because I wasn't feeling that well, so I was just drinking normal drinks. But anyway, a couple of weeks after recording that with Anthony, I found out I was pregnant, and then everything took a bit of a back seat because of what happened previously with the 2 other pregnancies. I was on high alert, so I was like, I had mixed feelings. I was like, there was part of us that was thinking, this feels a bit different. I feel like this one might work out. But there was another part of me that wouldn't let me think that, just in case. So it was like, no, it's going to happen again, Hayley. Don't get your hopes up, type of thing.
Yeah.
So I just shut down and shut out the world. And that, like, those few weeks, it was really quite stressful, just trying to work out if I was going to be able to have the baby or not. And then luckily we found out that she was safe. It was a very difficult pregnancy, to be honest. I think it was a combination of, because I'm 41 now, but when I was pregnant, I was 40. And last time I was pregnant, I was like 30. So I've got like another 10 years on us, and it doesn't sound a lot, but bloody hell. I think just with my health, my long COVID and being 40, the pregnancy was just awful. I would never change it for the world, obviously, but I just felt shit. I felt like I had been hit by a bus about 50 times, then thrown off a cliff, and then stamped on by a horde of elephants. It was like just awful. So it was just contending with a really like stressful period, a very emotional time, but then a very physical, trying time as well. But we had her in December.
And she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I would say that because she's part of the family.
Yeah. But yeah, she's got into the family. So because there was, Peter's always said, he was like, we're going to have another girl. We're going to have another girl. And I was like, no, I can see it being a boy, Pete. I can see it being a boy. We're going to have 2 girls and a boy. Then we've done a gender reveal, and he was like, told you. Girls. So yeah, that poor guy is destined to be surrounded by women. But yeah, so it's 3 girls. So I'm going to be in trouble. But
flying about.
The poor bugger, man. Like,
at
least we have got a male dog and a male cat, so you can take solace in that. But no, since she's been born, she was like she just fit in. She's fit in so lovely. And I tell you what, I was really worried about the big age gap, because obviously the biggest age gap is with my eldest, who's 13. So it's like a 13-year age gap. And I wasn't too fussed because there's a 7-year age gap with me and my sister, so it's not too bad. But I was thinking 13 years, that's a lot. And I was really worried about not being like connected and stuff. And it might be different as they get older, obviously. But my goodness, I have just, it's amazing. Just watching my 2 eldest with her is like a dream come true. Like, I always wanted to make Poppy a big sister. And just watching her with them, like, they'll just sit and play with her and they're just gazing at each other. And like, Ivy gives the biggest smiles to the girls. Screw me and Pete. Like, she wants to see Annabelle and Poppy. She's like, where are they? And then she sees them and catches their eye, and she's got the biggest smile.
They're going to be the best of friends, aren't they? They're going to be best of marriage.
Yeah, I do hope so. Like, obviously when they're older and they're like, it'll be probably more difficult when they're like, they've got their own families and stuff, and she might, like, because I've said this to Annabelle, I was like, you might be married and have kids, and she's like a teenager. And I'm like, when I think about it, yeah, exactly. So like, when she's 13, Annabelle will be 26, and I was married and pregnant with Annabelle, well, nearly at that point. So like, when you think about like the kind of life differences they'll be going through, it'll be weird. But I just, it's just so lovely. And she's good as gold, bless her. But yeah, that's why I've been a bit absent.
We've all been busy, haven't we?
Yeah, we've just been busy
lasses
with life changes, big life changes, and but now that's it. I'm done. No more, unless I move house. That's me for big life changes. I'm not popping any more frogs out.
Yeah, I've been done for 13 years. I've got a 13-year-old. I think I'm just totally done now.
Hard work, man.
Honestly, man, menopause, it kicks your ass, man. Honestly.
I'm waiting for that. So let's talk a little bit about season 2, I suppose, and see what we've got some great people coming up. We've had most of the conversations already. There's a couple that we haven't had yet, but yeah, really excited because we had some great feedback on the season 1 episodes and everyone loved listening to them. So I hope you enjoy listening to these ones just as much. We've got obviously Anthony from Big Brother.
That was a good interview, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really good. We just had a right laugh with that one. Obviously, because we recorded it a year ago and I'd forgot half of the conversations we were having. And it's actually really lovely because we cover loads of stuff. We talk about his Big Brother journey. We talk about his growing up and what his childhood was like. And we touch on mental health and his experience after it. Yeah, his charity work and male mental health. And so we touched on loads of things, but we had a laugh with it as well, which was nice. So that's our episode is out today with this one. So go straight into that after listening to this and listen. That was a great one. But we've also got, who else we spoke to? We spoke to a drag artist from the North.
Yes, Ophelia Bowles.
Ophelia Bowles, yes, which the name, it tickles me. And I have to, because my daughter, my oldest, my 13-year-old, and she said, oh, she always asked me, oh, who are you speaking to tonight? And I said, no, it's a drag artist. And she was like, oh, amazing. So I took a picture one more on and I showed her and she was like, oh my goodness, she looks fabulous. And then I said her name and she went, and then she kind of just paused. I said, yes, Ophelia Bowles. And then I'm looking for a reaction from her because like a reaction from a 13-year-old with Ophelia Bowles. And she was just like looking at it as if to say, I know exactly what that means, but I'm not going to let you know that I know. So we're just having the stare off competition and I was waiting for her to like be like, I have a cheeky laugh, but no, yeah, it was a bit awkward.
You should have went, he was called Gary.
Yeah. It's me though, I like to try and embarrass my children. I'm one of those mothers where I'll just, any opportunity, I'll try and embarrass them. But yeah, so who else have we spoke to? We've
had
Heather.
Yeah,
she's a lino artist. Yeah, we've had a witch.
That was interesting. I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that was an interesting conversation talking about spirits and
I've got to tell you about that.
Oh. Is it going to can we talk about it now? Is it going to spoil part of the episode? Or?
No, because I'll bit of a probably spoiler. We got talking on the episode about my house and having spooks.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, I'll not tell you a bit more about that because you have to listen to the episode. But you'll die when I tell you this. So it was, I don't know if it was last week or the week before. Anyhow, lying in bed as you do, fast asleep, right? And then it must have been about, I don't know, middle of the night, let's say 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm getting goosebumps, I'm scared.
Yeah. It was weird, absolutely weird. And what happened was I could feel, I was like lying on my back, I could feel somebody on top of us. And I couldn't move. I was paralysed. And I was trying to tell Dave, my partner, lying next to us, but I couldn't move. And I was like, I was paralysed, basically. No word of a lie. I was paralysed, Hayley. I couldn't move.
Like sleep paralysis type thing.
Like sleep paralysis, but no, there was somebody on top of us. I could feel the weight of this, whatever it was, on us.
Horrible.
I felt like a dark sort of like stomach on us.
It wasn't Dave. He didn't just roll over on you.
No. So then the next morning, obviously, I must have fallen back asleep, whatever. I'd fallen asleep. Anyway, in the morning, I had mentioned this to Dave, and he says, actually, Anne, she said, I thought you had put your hand on my knee. He said, but you were on the other side of the bed, like rolled over. He says, so you couldn't have put your hand on my knee. I said, somebody's still here then. And I saged the bloody shit out of the house, and I still got the bloody spooks.
Oh no! You need to look into what your house was built on, Angela. It was a mental assault.
Coal mine, quarry mine or something. So I think as people die.
That's a dangerous occupation.
I know. Yeah.
But died there, Angela.
That wasn't nice.
And now they're in your bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen shadows and all sorts as well over the last couple of weeks. It's just awful. That was weird, just the darkness. But yes, you'd have to listen to that episode.
Yes, yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that and other experiences, don't we? So yeah, who else have we spoken to? So we've got Anthony from Big Brother, Heather, a lovely artist who is an adopted Geordie.
Yeah.
But she talks all about her art and why she loves the Northeast and how that inspires her art as well.
The young lad, Jackson Payne.
lovely little lad called Jackson, who is the son of Taylor Payne, who we had in season 1, and we talk about, because he's a young musician and what his goals and aspirations are and everything like that. We'll talk about that. Then we'll speak to a guy called Mark. We're actually going to have that conversation next. So, but we're going to be talking all about local football, and obviously the big topic will be Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup as well. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. And then we also had Tolu, who is a poet. So he's originally from Africa and ended up coming into the Northeast through his job. But he is a poet, a writer, speaker, and is called Line of Newcastle. And it's a really interesting interview. You'll see why when you listen to it. So when it comes out, you'll see why we had a great time on that one as well. But he's a lovely guy, and we had a great chat with him about just belonging and home being wherever your heart is type thing, which was a lovely conversation.
Very inspirational, wasn't he? I thought very deep conversations with him. He was canny. They've all been lush, haven't they? They've all been good.
I know, we've had some great conversations. Again, it just goes back to what we were saying about people that are from the Northeast and that settle in the Northeast. I think you've got to have a certain character and a certain personality, and everyone's just lush. And we've not had a crappy conversation yet, which is good. I don't want to be having like really laboured conversations for all you guys. So no, we've just had a lovely time. We've also got another couple of people coming up that we're going to be chatting to that we've not spoken to yet, but we'll be speaking to a lady called Laura, who works in AI. So a lady in STEM in the Northeast. I'm a big advocate for that, a STEM representative for girls. So that would be a good one. And we're also going to be talking to a gentleman called Peter, who is part of the Easington Colliery Band, who formed on Sam Fender's album, the song Remember Me. So I'm really looking forward to chatting to them about just the whole experience and what it was like for them and how it came about and all that. So that's very exciting. But I think all of those guests were just so fabulous, and I've got no doubt the ones we've not spoken to will be just as good. So I hope you enjoy listening to them as much as we enjoy talking to them. And I thoroughly intend season 3 to not be as long as the gap we had between season 1 and 2. So if you have got a story you want to share or someone who does, then get in touch. We're always looking for guests to have a nice chat. And I just wanted to say as well, do not be nervous about coming on. We're not looking for people who've changed the world. We're literally just looking for people like you and me and Angela, where you might just be getting about your normal day-to-day life, and we just want to chat to you about the Northeast and who you are, what you do, and we just have very casual conversations. I hope that comes across when we're talking to people and you listen to the interviews. It's just like we're sitting in a pub having a chat, really.
We're canny lasses.
Aye, we're not bad, are we?
Canny lasses.
But is there anything that you want to add?
Just what you said, really. I've really enjoyed the first season, and the second season I'm enjoying. It's just nice to have a chat with people and talk all about the Northeast, and a lot of them answer the same questions with the same answers, the quick fire stuff as well, which is quite interesting. They always say the same thing about living in the Northeast and what's great about living in the Northeast, and they always come out with the same answer, but you'll have to watch and find out what they say. And my question is, it's always the same as well, if they know what a crack it is. So without Googling it,
to be fair, we have had a couple of people this season know what it is. So you'll have to work out which ones they are. But so thank you for listening. And what all I say is just continue listening to the next episode now, which is out. I've released them both on the same day, so you can listen to mine and Angela's dulcet tones and then hop on straight over to Anthony Hutton's episode, which is a great listen. Fun moments, but also deep and quite touching moments at the same time as well. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy season 2, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and then you'll get the episodes as soon as they're released every Friday. But from us, thank you, and we will speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon.
so much for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support Geordie Pride further, then don't forget to subscribe, share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from us, you can follow us on Instagram at Geordie Pride. Until next time, keep that Geordie Pride shining bright.